Yo, what up, world? It's your boy C's from thec'slife.com. Welcome back to the people's favorite channel on the internet. It's been quite a busy week for the kid. Your boy has been out here job stacking. Now, this may be a new terminology for some, but it's been like, however you call it, it's literally the same thing, right? And what I mean by that, like, I've been out here like filling open job positions, right? So jobs that I could do remotely, jobs that I own, right? All these things is just stacking jobs after jobs, right? Because when you're not tied to one singular 9 to 5, you're more flexible to like your down hours to pick up a new gig, right? Like participate in the gig economy. And reason for doing that, because this season, it is get money season. Ain't no sitting around and trying to like feel some type of way of going back to work or getting to work. No, like we're heading towards a recession, people. And I'm not going to sit here on my high horse and say like, yo, go get a job. There's jobs to be filled. I see them and I take advantage, right? Because I know what to do with that money. I'm not going to go out and, work this extra job just to ball on the weekends. No, this is for me to go out, get that money, and buy assets that's going to then fill my income, my active income, right? So it's all about using your active income to buy assets to generate income passively. So with things slowing down and I'm seeing all these positions open, all these gaps in the market to get money, I'm like, yo, let's get it. So I am going to be a personal trainer. I am going to be an Uber driver. I'm going to be your graphic designer. I'm going to be your agency owner, right? I'm going to put all that work in because it's the adventure too, right? It's not like just getting a job and you just mindlessly doing it. You're doing it for a purpose. And when you do it for a purpose, it doesn't feel like a job anymore. It feels more like an adventure, right? So if there's gaps in your day where you're not getting money, find a way to participate in the gig economy, like Uber Eats, DoorDash, TaskRabbit. Like fill those gaps in, because there's a lot of people that just sitting home waiting for the government to bail them out. But you know who get bailed out? Business owners, right? Billionaires get bailed out. So don't think that those billionaires and millionaires who employ hundreds of thousands, millions of people, Americans, right? Don't think that they're not going to be first in line to get a bailout, because they are. And it doesn't matter how many protests, looting happens. That's the way that the world works. Billionaires, business owners, millionaires, they get the bailout first. And you stand in the soup kitchen line. So this is for my young men out there, and ladies. Like, everyone needs to get to work. Like, strategic partnership is going to be big. Like, if you have a significant other, find out ways how you guys can support each other in getting money, right? Like, if your significant other has a business idea, like start that process of getting involved. You don't have to tell them what to do, but actively be an active participant in getting money, because you're filling one bucket, and then when that bucket is filled, fill your bucket up, or vice versa, right? So this is get money season. And I'm telling you, man, like 2008, I wasn't planning for it because I was just completely ignorant. And it would be foolish of me this time around not to be aware of what's coming and doing something about it. So that's me job stacking. I'm like filling those buckets. And I'm also a podcast host. I'm a podcast producer. I do all of it because every minute that I am breathing, I'm capable and able I'm going to be out there trying to get this money. And when I do get that money, it's going to be into assets, because at the end of the day, like, we just want more experiences. We want more living, right? And living comes with the doing, right? We want to be able to, as we're able and capable, like, participate in being a contributor to society. Like, for instance, Uber. Shout out to the introvert rock star. Like, he put that bug into my mind. I'm like, yo, that is genius. Like, you know, your car is sitting in the driveway. Like, this is my office. I do have some downtime. Yo, sign up for Uber. Let's get this money, right? Podcast host. I'm about to actually interview a guest for the Fit Pro Development League podcast, right? That's another gig. I do graphic design for other content creators. That's another gig, right? It's just doing it while you're able, man, while you're young. And it's an adventure. Think about the people that you're going to meet, the stories, because at the end of the day, you need more stories. You need more stories. You need to live through more stories in order for your character to develop, right? So think about that. We all learn through stories. If you're not doing anything, there is no story. And if there's no story, there is no, like, audience. There's no, like, knowledge transfer. There's no understanding. There's no skill, right? So at the end of the day, go out there, do something, be a contributor to society. They call it entrepreneurship, right? And see where you can be a contributor, right? You have a car, like, yo, you're moving pieces around. Like, as a car owner or whatever, or if you have downtime, like, go there and see how you can get involved in your community. Like, get a job, right? And just job stack. And then your goal, your primary objective is not to work the job and collect your W-2 and then your retirement. Yes, you can do that, but your job is to save enough, keep your cost of living low, save enough, right? Start diverting those savings into long-term assets that's going to pay you in income passively, and just keep on doing that long enough until that passive income overtakes and frees up your time. That's how you buy your freedom, right? Freedom ain't free. You gotta buy your freedom, and your freedom is for sale, right? Your freedom is for sale. So that means you gotta go working. You got to go pay the massa. Now, I know it has like a negative connotation to it, and I get it, but that's the nature of the beast, man. You have to contribute. Like, consuming puts you in debt. Like, consumerism like, there's two things you can consume. You can consume junk, which is material things that devalue, like a car, jewelry, clothes, or you can put it into healthy things, right? Like real estate, your personal development, your personal growth, your stocks, your investments, like in businesses, right? In relationships. Those things actually provide you with a more healthier choice than, like working these gig jobs, busting your ass, living paycheck to paychecks, only to go stunt on people that you don't know in a bar or something, who's not going to even remember your name, right? But instead, go look around, go make relationships, go build with people, get you a partner. Like during this time, you're going to see a lot of divisiveness. There's going to be divisiveness in your content creators. There's going to be divisiveness in your political leaders, right? There's going to be divisions in businesses, because that keeps you distracted. That keeps you in survival mode. And when you are in survival mode, you do desperate things, and desperate people like go into even more debt, right? But instead, man, just focus on simple, right? Simple. And it starts with your health. You know what I'm saying? Like, get your mind right, because there's so much noise out there that's going to tell you, especially what I see on social media right now. I see a lot of, can high value men cheat? Can you trust women? I see all of this, all of that crap, all of that noise, but I don't see people getting money. I wholeheartedly state that there is money in the conversation, right? But when you say that, you have to elaborate, because people think that, like, yo, all I got to do is just talk and make money. Like, yes, you can, but there's that underlying element to it, which is your business, right? Which is the foundation. So get that in order, get to work, learn how to work, because guess what? When you start hustling and actually getting money out here, like working all these gig jobs, job stacking, and actually run your business, yourself as a business, you'll start to notice those people who actually do stuff and those people who don't. And you'll be able to identify them quickly. You'll be able to call BS quickly, so that when you start hiring, or you're in a position to hire somebody to do something, you already know. You're your own HR. You're like, yo, I did that. He does the same thing. Great. But then you'll just hear the word candy and know, like, that don't sound right. Sound like another get rich quick scheme. And guess what? It is. So don't want to beat this dead horse, but this is get money season. And you're going to have to do a lot. If you are not employed by a single employer or corporation, don't have a 9 to 5, but you're like a serial freelancer, then, yo, get money. Do those gig jobs. Like, go around, be social, get to talking to other business owners. And guess what? When you're doing those gig jobs, you're going to be running into business owners, people who are actually in the field, getting work, doing work, and you'll be able to have like a one-to-one relationship with them. This all works for me, right? So I would assume that it'll work for you, but you have to do the work, man. There is no magic pill. There's no magic formula. What you'll see is, till this day, Jay-Z still working on his craft. The reason why Jay-Z is such a great rapper, because he's still rapping, over 50, right? You have Kevin Hart dominating, like dropping 5 movies a year. You have Mark Wahlberg, almost a billionaire, if not a billionaire, still doing movies. Like, all these people have no incentive to work, but they still do, right? And you have to do what you have to do, man. So if you are the Duke, right, you got to get out there, man. You got to get out there, do the work, meet the people, foster the relationship, and play the long term. It's an adventure. It's not a one task. It's not one battle. It's a series of battles. So hold your head through this storm that we're about to head into. If you're living in the inner city, see what sort of task that you can do, like what sort of gigs that you could pick up. If you are a personal trainer, don't stop at just personal training. There's multiple gigs that you can do to get this money while you're trying to fill your client roster up. Do those other gigs, which is going to put you directly in line to your potential next client to do the same thing, right? Whatever city you're in, you can find a way. Find the people who are heading in the direction that you are, and yeah, the rest is history. Anyway, that's all I got for you guys today. Got plenty of things to catch up on, but till the next time, don't forget to drink water, get money, mind the business. Peace.